Page one. Was there
I,
any questions I could help you with on that? Yeah, Meg.
so
Where are we at?
how do you? Wait,
Hold
hold on.
on.
So for the second part, do you just like use this? How do you do the second part?
So the second part just basically comes out in 3 columns. So like you have options A, B, and C, or whatever those are, and then you have like, so if they,
Because they don't give you the.
so a lot of times they're going to give you like a percent, or they'll give you an actual. So if we take a look at just number 1, you have hamburgers, cheeseburgers, and bacon burgers, right? And then they had told us that what we had observed on what we observed on particular days, 102, 34, and 24. But then they said that what they typically have on a day, because we had the 160 sales, what they had on a normal day or a typical day, they're going to have half are hamburgers, 1/4 are cheeseburgers. So half of 160, a fourth, and a fourth. That's basically all you put in there. So when you take a look at it, you say, what they wanted to do with problem number 2 is say, hey, did we observe anything that had taken place here? And is this enough information to say, hey, was this a typical day or was it that? So that's mainly what you're looking at with these. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, so the question number 7 on
Yep.
on page 6, like, do you just want like a straight up answer, or like, do I actually have to go in detail about both of those?
For which denomination was observed and expected value the same? What does this suggest about the ad campaigns of effectiveness?
Like, should I just say that I like have a different value from?
Which one showed the same? I didn't work that problem out.
Oh, I didn't get any of them the same.
Oh, okay.
So they're different.
Okay.
They're all different.
They're all different.
I thought that made it like the ad campaign was really effective.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I
Yeah.
Do you want to just be like straight up like that?
Yeah,
no, exactly.
I think it could be. I mean, if any of them came out exactly the same, that could have been just blind luck. It could have been a good ad campaign or whatever.
Yeah, but like those difference, like that and like what does that mean for effectiveness?
Well, that question is really a premature question. It needs to be 2 sections from now. So let's hold off on that question until we can actually answer it with the chi-squared test. Cool? All right. So I'm on page 46. Page 46. All right. So this is talking about the chi-squared. And the chi-square is kind of this weird looking X. Okay, the chi-squared statistic is what we're going to be focusing on for a lot of this chapter. This is not a tough thing because it's more of filling out a chart. And what they do for the chi-squared, so this is like a weird looking X. I can't make it as nice of a Greek letter. So you have the observed score minus the expected score, quantity squared, divided by the expected score. Okay, so that's what we're taking baby steps into what this is. And this is pretty valuable, I think, because you would see this often. So the chi-squared value must be a number greater than or equal to 0. When the chi-square value is 0, it means the observed, the expected value were the same. This provides no evidence against the null hypothesis. The chi-squared value between 0 and 1 will provide little evidence against the null hypothesis, but as the chi-square value rises, the evidence grows. A total of all the chi-squared values will determine the strength of the evidence against the null and will determine whether we reject or fail to reject the null hypothesis. Okay, so we're going back to the cereal with the baseball cards in it. Okay, so this person had gotten 40 boxes of cereal. You could get these particular baseball cards out of it. There was an observed, because of you actually going through and saying, well, there was 11 of these cards, 7 of these, 6 of these, 9 of these, and 7 of these. Well, you would have expected that, being that we didn't have any percents given, that if you had 40 boxes, you would have gotten 8 of each card. Okay, so now we're going to kind of build upon that a little bit more. So the chi-squared is going back to that equation we just said. It's this. If you have a calculator, this would be helpful for me. So observed minus expected, quantity squared divided by expected. Okay? So 11 minus 8 is 3. Yeah? 3 squared, 9. 9 over 3 gives me, or wait, did I do that right? 9 over 8 is what? 1.125. Okay, and that will go 7 minus 8. That's 1. 1 squared is 1. 1 divided by 8 is 0.125. And then I get 6 minus 8, 2, or negative 2. Negative 2 squared is 4. 4 divided by 8 is 0.5. And then if I go 9 minus 8, I get 1. 1 squared is 1. 1 divided by 8 comes out to 0.125. And then 7 minus 8 is negative 1. Negative 1 squared is 1. 1 divided by 8 is 0.125. Okay, so that is just an extra column now we're adding. That extra column, we use this equation to go there. How far should you go out in decimal places? 2 to 3 probably. Okay, so the chi-squared values measure how unlikely we were to obtain the count for each category if the null was true. Okay, the largest chi-squared value above was for card A. This suggests that the null is true if the count we got for card A was the most surprising. The chi-squared value is the final evidence against the null hypothesis. In this case, the chi-squared statistic adds up to exactly 2. So if I were to sum these up, this just coincidentally came out to 2. Okay, it's not that 2 is some magical number. Then we will see in the next assignment how that's going to work. So basically on today's assignment, you would be taking, you've already been able to make this type of thing. Now you add this using this equation and just kind of go through the column. It might be okay to go ahead and get the sum. So add up that column once you get there on the assignment. But that's pretty much all we got for today. And that's good because it's a shorter period. And I don't know what page the homework's on. Do you?
127.
Yeehaw, 120. What? Who said I?
It's our last chapter.
Yeah. This is the chapter you use to pad your score in my class. All right, so that's what I have for you for an assignment. Should do fine. I'm happy to have you start on it. Let's see, we're out of here at 9, so we have quite a bit of time for you to finish up or start it. Do what?
72 worksheets.
Yeah. Yes. All right.